finalized. Everything is mine. And there's nothing you can do about it.
I'll begin now, Mr. Harris said, folding his hands on the desk. This won't take long. I nodded, even though my chest felt tight. Yeah. Okay. Emily sat beside me, legs crossed, calm. Too calm. She gave me a small smile. You ready? She asked. I guess, I said. Dad wanted things simple. She laughed softly. Dad always said that. Mr. Harris cleared his throat. The last will and testament of Robert Carter. I stared at the framed photo on the wall. Dad at the lake. Same smile he had the day he told me, you and your sister will be fine. I made sure of that. Mr. Harris read on. To my daughter, Emily Carter, I leave the family residence. Emily didn't react. She already knew. And all personal savings accounts. My stomach dropped. And controlling shares in Carter Holdings. I turned toward her. Wait. Mr. Harris kept going. As well as remaining liquid assets and investments. I swallowed. That's everything. Emily finally looked at me. Her lips curved upward. Guess Dad made his choice. I stared at Mr. Harris. What about me? He adjusted his glasses. There are no assets designated to you, Michael. No, that can't be right, I said. Dad told me, he told me we'd split it. Emily laughed. Not nervous. Not awkward. Amused. You still believe that? I felt heat rush to my face. Emily, stop. This isn't funny. She leaned back. It is, actually. Mr. Harris avoided my eyes. Your father amended the will 6 months before his passing. 6 months? I said. That was when he was sick. Emily shrugged. Still lucid enough to see who was dependable. I clenched my fists. I took care of him. You visited, she corrected. I stayed. That's not true. Isn't it, she said. You were always chasing your little plans. I turned to Mr. Harris. Did Dad say why? He didn't provide reasons, he replied quietly. Emily smiled wider. He didn't need to. I laughed once, sharp and hollow. So that's it? I just disappear. Emily leaned closer. You weren't doing much anyway. I stood up. You promised me. She tilted her head. I promised we'd be fair. Dad decided what fair was. That's not fair, I said. Life isn't, she replied. Mr. Harris spoke gently. Michael, I'm sorry. I grabbed my jacket. You knew. He hesitated. Emily brought the revision. That hit harder than anything else. I looked at her. You did this. She didn't deny it. I helped him. You manipulated him, I said. She stood too. I protected what was ours. Ours? I laughed again. You mean yours. She stepped past me toward the door. You always play the victim. I followed her into the hallway. Where am I supposed to go? She stopped and faced me. You've got 2 weeks. 2 weeks for what? To move out, she said. The house is mine now. That's my home. She smiled. Was. I felt my throat close. Emily, please. She opened the door. Don't make this harder. I whispered, you're my sister. She paused. Exactly. The door shut behind her. I stood there alone, hearing Dad's voice in my head, telling me family mattered. I believed him. I believed her. And in that quiet hallway, with nothing left but my name, I realized trusting blood doesn't mean it won't bleed you dry. Don't forget the closet, Emily said from the doorway. You always forget things. I didn't look at her. I know how closets work. She crossed her arms. Just saying. I don't want junk left behind. This is my room, I said. She laughed. Not anymore. I folded my old shirts into the suitcase. You could at least give me space. I am giving you space, she replied. 2 weeks, remember? You don't need to stand there. She leaned against the frame. It's my house. I can stand wherever I want. I picked up a photo of Dad and me at the park. He hung this here. Emily rolled her eyes. Take it, then. You didn't answer my question yesterday, I said. Did he really want this? She shrugged. He signed the papers. He was sick. He was tired of you, she said. There's a difference. That's not true. Then why didn't he leave you anything? I swallowed. Because you were there. She stepped closer. Because I showed up. So did I. Not enough, she said. You were always drifting. I zipped the suitcase. You changed him. She smiled. I helped him see clearly. I looked around the room. You're erasing me. You erased yourself, she replied. I walked past her. I'll be gone today. She blinked. Good. I stopped at the stairs. I hope it was worth it. She didn't answer. Outside, I loaded my suitcase into the trunk of my car. Emily stood on the porch. "Leave the key," she called. I held it up. "You want this too?" "Yes." I placed it on the step. "Congratulations." She nodded. "Drive safe." I drove until my hands started shaking. When I pulled up to Daniel's place, he opened the door before I knocked. "You okay?" "No," I said. He stepped aside. "Come in." I dropped the suitcase. "I don't know where else to go." "You're here," he said. "That's enough." I sat on the couch. She took everything. Daniel handed me a glass of water. "Talk." She laughed, I said. Like it was nothing. He sat across from me. "That says more about her." I should have fought harder. "You trusted family." "That was stupid." "No," he said. "That was human." I stared at the floor. What if Dad really meant it? Daniel leaned forward. "Do you believe that?" "I don't know anymore." "He loved you," Daniel said. "I saw it." "I wasn't there enough." "You had a life." "I left him alone." "You didn't," he said. "She's making you think that." I rubbed my face. "I feel empty." "That happens when someone pulls the ground out from under you." "I don't even know who I am now." Daniel shook his head. "You're not her story." I laughed weakly. "Feels like I am." "You're not worthless," he said. "You're just hurt. What if I stay this way?" "Then she wins," Daniel replied. I looked up. "I don't want her to win." "Then don't disappear." I breathed out slowly. "I'm so tired." "You can rest," he said. "Just don't quit." I leaned back. "I don't have anything left." "You have choice," Daniel said. "Stay broken. Or prove her wrong." I closed my eyes. "I don't know how." "You'll figure it out," he said. "You always do." I stared at the ceiling, listening to his words settle. For the first time since the will, I didn't feel erased. I felt wounded. And wounded meant I was still alive. "This is the job," Mark said, sliding a thin folder across the desk. "It's not pretty." I opened it. "The pay's low." He nodded. "So is the margin for excuses." I looked up. "You're honest." "I don't have time not to be," he said. "You want it or not?" "I want to work," I replied. "Then don't waste my time," Mark said. "We move fast here." I stood. "I can keep up." He studied me. "Everyone says that." "I'm not everyone." He smirked. "You start Monday." The warehouse smelled like oil and dust. Mark pointed around. "Learn everything." "Everything?" "Every box, every route, every contract," he said. "If you mess up, you own it." "I can do that." "We'll see," he replied. By the second week, my hands were raw. I stayed late. Mark noticed. "You live here now?" "I don't sleep much." "Why?" "I don't like stopping." He watched me review invoices. "You running from something?" "I'm building toward something." He nodded once. "Good answer." Late nights blurred together. I argued with drivers. "This route makes no sense," one said. "It saves fuel," I replied. "You knew?" "Yes." He laughed. "Figures." I stayed anyway. Mark caught me rewriting a contract. "You weren't told to do that." I saw a gap. "You think you're smarter than legal?" "No," I said. "I think we're bleeding money." He stared. "You might be right." Cold coffee became routine. Doubt followed me home. Daniel called one night. "You alive?" "Barely." "You sound different." "Tired," I said. "But focused." "Emily's throwing another party," he added. "Whole place renovated." I swallowed. "Who told you?" "Cousin Jenna," he said. "Ryan's bragging." "Ryan?" I asked. "Her fiancé," Daniel said. "Works in finance." "Apparently." I laughed quietly. "Good for them." "You okay?" "I didn't say that." "Do you want revenge?" I paused. "No." That was quick. "I want independence," I said. "That's louder." Mark walked by. "You done talking?" "Sorry," I said. He waited until I hung up. "Personal drama?" "Family." He shrugged. "Use it." "Use it?" "Pain is fuel," he said. "Burn it wisely." I worked harder. Weeks turned into months. Mark tested me. "You handle negotiations tomorrow." "I'm not ready." "You are," he said. "Stop doubting." I faced a supplier. "We need better terms." "You're dreaming," he replied. "Then wake up," I said. "Or we walk." We didn't walk. Mark clapped once. "You've got teeth." I smiled for the first time in weeks. One afternoon, Mark asked, "Why logistics?" "It moves things forward," I said. "I need that." "You angry?" "Yes." "Good," he replied. "Controlled anger builds empires." Daniel visited the warehouse. You look different. Still standing, I said. You're glowing. Don't exaggerate. He leaned in. Emily asked about you. I froze. Why? She said you disappeared. I didn't, I said. I relocated. Ryan joked you'd come crawling back. I clenched my jaw. I won't. Daniel nodded. I know. Mark overheard. Problems? Family, I corrected. He grunted. Family teaches survival. One night, alone in the office, I stared at the numbers. They were improving. I whispered, this is mine. Mark stood behind me. Earn it. I am. You're not chasing them anymore, he said. I never was. He raised an eyebrow. You sure? I'm chasing myself, I replied. He smiled. That's the right direction. I locked the office and stepped outside. The air felt cold, sharp, real. Emily's laughter echoed faintly in my memory, but it didn't stop me. I chose growth. I chose work. I chose not to rot in bitterness. The pain stayed, but it no longer owned me. I walked forward, carrying nothing except the decision that would save me. You're late, Mark said, looking at his watch. I stayed up with the reports, I replied. He slid me a coffee. That's not living. It's building, I said. He smiled. That's what I said at your age. I frowned. You're not that old. Old enough to know burnout, he replied. Sit. We reviewed numbers in silence. Finally, Mark said, we're ready. For what? To make it official, he said. Partnership. I looked up. You're serious? You earned it, he said. I don't hand things out. I nodded slowly. Then I won't waste it. I know, he said. That's why I trust you. Later, Daniel called. You won't believe this. I'm working. Emily sold the lake house. I froze. What? Bad investment, he said. Ryan pushed it. I exhaled. That house mattered to Dad. Didn't matter to them, Daniel replied. Money's tight. I said nothing. You there? He asked. Yes. You okay? I don't know how to feel. Mark glanced over. Bad news? Family, I said again. He nodded. It never changes. Weeks passed. The company grew. Meetings replaced doubts. Mark clapped my shoulder one night. Proud of you. Why? You listen, he said. Most people don't. Daniel texted updates I never asked for. Ryan quit his job. I didn't reply. Emily's borrowing. Still nothing. One evening, Mark asked, you avoiding something? I'm protecting myself. That's different from hiding, he said. I looked at him. I know. He leaned back. You miss her? I hesitated. I miss who she was. That's fair, he replied. But don't confuse memory with obligation. I nodded. The call came on a Tuesday. Unknown number. I answered. Hello? Michael? Emily's voice cracked. I didn't speak. Please, she said. Don't hang up. I closed my eyes. What do you want? I just need to talk. It's been years, I said. I know, she whispered. I didn't know who else to call. I laughed softly. That's new. Don't do that, she said. I'm serious. So was I replied. Back then. She went quiet. I messed up. You didn't call to apologize. No, she said. I called because I'm scared. That's not my problem. I lost control, she said. Everything's falling apart. I imagined the house, empty. I can't fix that, I said. I don't want fixing, she replied. I want my brother. I felt my chest tighten. You chose not to have one. People change, she said. So do consequences. She started crying. Ryan left. I heard. The money's gone, she said. I don't know what to do. I leaned against the window. You laughed when I had nothing. I was wrong, she said. I know that now. Silence stretched. Michael, she asked. I said nothing. Please, she whispered. Just listen. I did, I said. For years. She sobbed. I need help. I ended the call. My phone buzzed again. I turned it off. Mark knocked. You okay? She called, I said. He sighed. And? I didn't answer. He studied me. How do you feel? Stronger, I replied. And sad. That's growth, he said. I watched the city lights flicker. Emily's voice echoed faintly, but it no longer owned me. I wasn't begging anymore. I wasn't explaining myself. Distance wasn't cruelty. It was choice. And for the first time, the silence felt like power, not loss. Look at that, Daniel said. Your name's on the building. I stared at the glass letters. It still feels unreal. You earned it, he said. No shortcuts. Mark joined us. Stop staring. People are coming. I straightened my jacket. I never thought I'd see this. Mark glanced at the sign. Your father would've. I swallowed. I hope so. Inside, people shook my hand. Congratulations, one said. Well done, said another. I smiled, but my chest felt tight. Mark leaned in. You okay? Yeah, I said. Just thinking. Don't today, he replied. Today is yours. The launch went smoothly. Applause filled the room. Then the receptionist whispered, there's someone asking for you. Who? She says it's personal. I stepped outside. Emily stood near the entrance. She looked smaller. Thinner. Her coat was old. Hi, she said quietly. I didn't answer. I didn't know if you'd see me, she added. You shouldn't be here, I said. She glanced at the building. So it's true? Yes. She nodded. You did well. Why are you here, Emily? She clasped her hands. I need to talk. About what? About us, she said. About money. I laughed once. You've got nerve. I know, she said. I deserve that. Then leave. Please, she said. Just 5 minutes. I crossed my arms. Talk. She exhaled. I lost the house. I stayed silent. The investments failed, she said. Ryan made bad calls. I said nothing. He left, she continued. Took what was left. I looked at her. And? I'm broke, she whispered. I need help. She met my eyes. Just a small loan. I shook my head slowly. You laughed when I had nothing. I know, she said. I hate myself for that. Do you? I asked. Yes, she said quickly. Every day. I studied her face. Where's your confidence? She looked away. It disappeared with the money. So that's what held you up. That's not fair, she said. Neither was what you did, I replied. She stepped closer. I was scared back then. So was I said. I just didn't steal. She flinched. I thought I was protecting us. You protected yourself. Tears filled her eyes. I didn't mean to hurt you. You meant to win. She wiped her face. I lost everything. I nodded. Now you know how it feels. She whispered, I'm asking as your sister. I answered, you stopped being that. She grabbed my sleeve. Please. I pulled away. Don't. I don't want revenge, she said. I want mercy. I looked back at the building. I wanted fairness. She cried. I'm sorry. Silence stretched. I finally said, you want money? Yes. What happens after? I asked. She hesitated. I rebuild. And when you're standing again? I asked. I won't forget, she said. You forgot before, I replied. She shook her head. I was different. So am I. She looked desperate. Then help me. I took a breath. No. Her face collapsed. Michael. I won't hurt you, I said. But I won't save you. She whispered, you're cruel. I met her gaze. I'm honest. She stepped back. Dad would be ashamed. I felt pain spike. Don't use him. She turned away. I had nowhere else to go. That's what happens when bridges burn, I said. She paused. I did love you. I replied, love doesn't laugh at ruin. She walked off slowly. Mark appeared beside me. That her? Yes. You okay? I think so, I said. He nodded. Truth is heavier than revenge. I watched Emily disappear into the crowd. I felt no joy. No guilt. Just clarity. I didn't need cruelty. I didn't need punishment. I only needed to stop lying to myself. The company bore my name, but the real victory stood quieter. I survived her betrayal without becoming her. She's outside again, the receptionist said quietly. I didn't look up. I know. She's been there since morning. I know, I repeated. Whispers followed me down the hall. Is that her? Why does she keep coming? I stepped outside. Emily stood by the steps, eyes red, shoulders slumped. You don't have to wait, I said. She looked up. I do. I already said no. I'm not here for money today, she replied. I crossed my arms. Then why? She swallowed. To tell the truth. I stayed silent. She said, I changed the documents. My chest tightened. What? The will, she whispered. I altered them. I laughed once, sharp. You're lying. I'm not, she said. Dad was sick. Confused. My hands shook. You stole everything. She nodded, crying. Yes. I felt dizzy. Why tell me now? Because I can't breathe anymore, she said. I see you everywhere. I clenched my jaw. You ruined my life. I know, she sobbed. I deserve whatever happens. Employees watched from inside. Come with me, I said. We went into my office. She sat across from me. I'm sorry. I stared at the desk. You watched me beg. I hated myself, she said. You laughed. I was scared, she replied. I thought I'd lose everything. You made sure I did, I said. She nodded again. I was weak. I leaned back. Do you know what this means? Yes, she said. You can destroy me. I thought of courtrooms. Headlines. Why didn't you confess earlier? I thought money would save me, she said. It didn't. I said nothing. She whispered, I loved him too. You used him, I replied. Yes. The door opened. Daniel stepped in. You okay? I said, she confessed. His eyes widened. About the will? Emily nodded. I forged it. Daniel looked at me. That's serious. I know, I said. He pulled me aside. You can press charges. I know. You ready for that? I stared at Emily. I don't know. Daniel lowered his voice. This will drag you back. I know. He said, you don't owe her mercy. Emily said, I don't expect it. Daniel left. I sat down heavily. I trusted you. I know, she said. You were my sister. I failed you. I rubbed my temples. I built my life from nothing. You built it stronger, she said. That doesn't erase the damage. No, she agreed. I stood. Why keep coming here? Because you're the only person I hurt who survived, she said. I need you to see me. I laughed bitterly. So you can feel better? So I can stop running, she replied. I paced. Justice would end you. Yes. And mercy lets you walk. Yes. Either way, I carry this. She whispered, I'll accept whatever you choose. I stopped. Do you understand what you took from me? My home. My future. My father's last words, I said. She cried harder. I know. I closed my eyes. Anger surged. Grief followed. I said, leave. She looked up. Is that it? For today, I replied. She stood slowly. I'll come back. No, I said. Don't. She hesitated. I deserve to face you. You deserve to face yourself, I said. She nodded and left. Daniel returned. What now? I don't know, I admitted. You don't have to decide today. I know. He said, whatever you choose, choose peace. I nodded. I sat alone long after they left. My anger wanted blood. My grief wanted rest. Justice promised closure. Mercy promised silence. I didn't know which one would save me. All I knew was this, the past was on its knees, and for the first time, I wasn't the one begging. Emily stood outside my office again. I won't come in, she said quickly. I just need to hear your answer. I looked at her. You already know it. She shook her head. Say it. No money, I said. Not now. Not ever. Her shoulders dropped. Then why am I still here? Because I owe you something else, I replied. She frowned. I don't understand. Closure, I said. For both of us. She laughed weakly. You think you can give me that? I can give it to myself, I said. She looked confused. That's selfish. Yes, I replied. Finally. She wiped her eyes. So what happens to me? You live with what you chose, I said. Like I did. She whispered, you're stronger than me. I wasn't, I said. I became. She stepped closer. I ruined you. You hurt me, I corrected. But you didn't end me. She started crying again. I don't deserve peace. That's not for me to decide, I said. She looked up. Then what are you deciding? I'm deciding who I want to be, I said. She waited. I won't destroy you, I continued. And I won't save you. Her voice shook. So you're just letting me fall? I'm letting go, I replied. She hugged herself. I thought you'd hate me forever. I did, I said. That almost destroyed me. She asked softly, and now? Now I forgive myself, I said. She blinked. For what? For trusting you, I answered. For believing in family. For being naive. She stared. You're forgiving yourself instead of me? Yes, I said. That's the part that mattered. Her face crumpled. I wanted you to absolve me. That's your work, I said. Not mine. She dropped to the bench beside the door. I don't know how to live like this. I didn't either, I said. You'll learn. She sobbed openly. I'm so tired. So was I replied. She looked up through tears. Do you still love me? I paused. I love who we were. She nodded slowly. That hurts. It should, I said gently. Growth always does. She reached for my hand. Don't disappear. I won't, I said, stepping back. I'm just not staying. She whispered, I'm sorry. I believed her this time. I said, take care of yourself. She asked, will I ever see you again? Maybe, I said. But not like this. She stood shakily. I'll stop coming. That's best, I replied. She walked away, crying quietly, not begging anymore. Daniel watched from down the hall. You okay? Yes, I said. He nodded. You look different. I feel lighter, I replied. Did you forgive her? No, I said. I forgave me. He smiled. That's bigger. I looked around the office. I spent years carrying anger. And now? Now I don't need it, I said. Mark stepped out of his office. Everything settled? Yes, I replied. He studied me. You sure? I chose myself, I said. He nodded once. Good choice. I stood alone after they left. No applause. No celebration. Just quiet. I thought about the boy who trusted too easily. The man who rebuilt himself piece by piece. The brother who survived betrayal without becoming cruel. I didn't win by taking something from her. I won by refusing to lose myself. When I walked out of the building, the air felt clear. Not cold. Not heavy. Just open. For the first time in years, I wasn't running from the past. I was walking forward, exactly as I was meant to. I stood in front of my father's grave and said, I'm not angry anymore. The wind moved through the trees. I imagined his voice anyway. I wondered for a long time if you meant to leave me nothing, I continued. I blamed myself first. I knelt down. Then I blamed her. I paused. The truth is, I survived either way. I brushed dirt from the stone. I built something real. I whispered, I hope you saw it. Silence answered me, and for once, that was enough. Mark called as I walked back to my car. Board meeting went well. I knew it would, I said. We're expanding, he added. You ready? I've been ready, I replied. He laughed. That confidence suits you. I earned it, I said. Daniel texted next. Drinks tonight? Another time, I replied. I'm good. I drove past the old office building where Emily once waited. The sidewalk was empty. No crying. No begging. Just space. I parked for a moment. I said out loud, I don't hate you. No one answered. That felt right. At work, an assistant said, people respect you. I asked, why? She smiled. You listen. I nodded. That matters. Later, Mark said, you changed. I had to, I replied. Pain will do that, he said. Only if you let it, I answered. He studied me. You at peace? Yes, I said. He smiled. Then I did my job. I corrected him. You walked beside me. That evening, I stood by the window in my office. The city moved. I remembered packing my suitcase. I remembered sleeping on a couch. I remembered begging for fairness. I said quietly, I don't need it anymore. My phone buzzed. Unknown number. I didn't answer. I didn't need to. Daniel later asked, do you ever think about her? Yes, I said. With anger? No, I replied. With distance. That's healthier, he said. I know, I answered. He hesitated. Do you regret not taking revenge? No, I said. Revenge would have kept me stuck. And now? Now I choose peace, I replied. He smiled. You survived. I did more than that, I said. I went home alone. Not lonely. Just whole. I sat at my table and said, you don't owe anyone proof. The words felt true. I thought about karma. People always expect fireworks. I learned better. Karma came quietly. It came from decisions. From effort. From walking away when it hurt. From staying when it mattered. I didn't win because she fell. I won because I stood. I whispered, I'm proud of you. No one laughed. No one argued. I slept well. The next morning, I walked into my company. Someone held the door. Morning, boss. I smiled. Morning. I wasn't broken anymore. I wasn't angry. I wasn't begging. I was standing where I chose to stand. The past didn't vanish. It just lost its power. I said to myself, you survived. And this time, I believed it.